Lowry. I don't know if you're responding to the question I had or whatnot. I just got knocked out of the chat box, Grandin. The whole stream got knocked off, so I don't know if this stream is continuing on the last stream or if they started a new one. Shout out to everybody. This is part 2. We get knocked off. Whenever the conversation gets good, I get knocked offline, guys. What's up with this? Guys, drop me a comment. I was asking for your opinion out there. I don't know if your opinion, Grandin, the one that you just shared, was directly in response to my question about how I should have handled that the harassment by a young cashier at the market today. Right, like think how's a grown man supposed to handle being harassed by someone in this day and age, right? Like, what are you supposed to do? I guess ignore it and turn around, right? Like just keep going. If someone gets in your space, you stand your ground and knock them out. Let me know. I think the answer to that is just ignore it. Completely ignore it. Even talk. Don't even say anything. Just keep moving. We got Joe Rogan telling podcast listeners to buy Bitcoin. Let me see this. Rafterman says, I believe your reaction was ego, should have just moved on. I think you're right, Rafterman. I think you're right because like when I went back into the car, I felt emotional, like I felt like stirred up. That's the word, stirred up. Not like crying or anything, like just angry. That's the word. The emotion I felt was anger. And I was like, how is someone going to do it? It was very, you're probably right, Rafterman. It was a lot of that I had in my head and very angry. But you're right. You just can't let your ego get in the way. A lot of this too is our egos being tested too. Our egos being tested. Guys, the Lord's letting this happen so that we can all grow. I'm telling you guys, like we're all learning our own lessons and we're being all put in this situation because it's specific to us. And everybody's going to work through it differently. And, there's a different outcome for everybody. But the faith is there. And that's why I'm asking too. I want to learn like this experience, like, it happened to me. And I've noticed that lately too. The more deeper that I go down to these rabbit holes, I get irritated at evil, at ignorance, at inhumanity. Next F-bomb, guys, I may put you on. See, I'm not even seeing this, Rafterman. I'm not even seeing which F-bombs you're looking at. Let me check this out. Who's F-bombing out here? I can't even see this. I guess it's getting filtered through my thing. Who's F-bombing out here? I can't even see this. Trap an investor? He F-bombed? Netflix and social media spoil these kids nowadays. In our time, we got slapped for those actions. I would be like you, move on because she's in misery. We are progressing and doing good. Rafterman said he deleted them. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't even notice that because I remember I'm looking it through somewhere else. I just wanted to take a peek over here. You're right, Crypto Task Force. You're right. You just got to move on, and those people are in misery. Yeah, but it angers me. And the situation angers me. Rafterman taking the sniping shift in the Commando Central. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I just, like I said, since I look at it through another, I guess, lens, he's seeing it first. I pull up that chat so that I can also see the D-Live chat. Didn't realize we couldn't drop the bomb. We try to keep it clean in here, and Rafterman, he's on the position right now, and I guess, I'm letting him police right now, and not even police, just make sure the grass is cool. We want to make it clean here. It's good. If you're actually saying it into something that sometimes I drop an F-bomb, so don't be. I'll tell Rafterman, don't be so strict on him, especially if you see trapping. I get it. We want to keep it clean. And I don't want to step on Rafter Man's toes either. If he feels like he wants to clean the grass out here. I use this upside down inside the mask. It opens up the bottoms completely, and the cooks can't tell. Let me see that. No, you know what I got? I just got one of those fishing face shields because those things you could actually breathe through. I got me I ordered one, a fishing face shield. You know, when you go out fishing or like when you're in the swamps or whatnot, or if you're out there, you know, it's a face shield. You know, and then you could actually wear it different ways. If it's thin though, you could breathe through it. You can see a lot of the gardeners wearing it. People cutting grass or whatnot. Like if you don't want stuff in your face. Let me see that Amazon thing that you're. Oh, I can't click on links from this side, Christozilla. I'm gonna have to go back and check it, but I'll figure it out. They are, champ. I ask always, how would billionaires react to sheeps? Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, for example. They would smile and say, sorry, miss, you are right, and move on, thinking about himself. Yeah, you're right. Like, you know, I've noticed that too. Like, you know, people in positions, they're not very combative. And like, look at how Barr reacted. Like, I would have flipped, man. And look at these people, how they react on in the panel after getting grilled. Now, on the other hand, I'm like, you know, is that the way to act though? Like, is they're acting like that because they're heartless? You know, because they're not even human, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm like, you know, is this guy not even a human being, maybe? So I don't know. At what point do you just knock, you know, like you don't, at what point do you stand your ground? I guess if someone actually physically intrudes, but you can't let words, sticks and stones, right, guys? That is Christ's example too, Rafter Man. I like the jewels you're dropping, Rafter Man. It seems like you got some advice to give me here. I'm listening to Rafter Man. He's the first to call me out on my ego today on what I did. And I think you're right, brother. I think you're right about that. Always be emotional when it comes to family and self-defense. Right, yeah, but I wasn't. I wasn't defending myself. I was defending my ego. And my family wasn't there. I was alone at the market. It's not like she was trying to break into the house. It's all God's test. You're probably right, Task Force. That's how I'm feeling. You know, I'm feeling tested too. Like I've been feeling like certain angers lately. I'll be honest with you guys. I get angry easily, and you know, I've been praying for the ability to control it better. And I think it's due to what's going on. Like, it's like I see so much bullshit, you know, excuse the word, but it's, you know, I don't know how to explain it sometimes. It's like, it's literally bullshit. So much of this BS, and, you know, makes me upset. But you're right. Task Force is God's test. And, you know, if you guys are going through anger as well, like you know, you're probably not the only one. You know what I mean? Like, we got to work through this because the devil, you know, it's like, I just had that vision of the Emperor when Vader was getting mad. He's like, yes, channel your anger, like getting more excited at Vader's anger. And we can't become like Vader, guys. You can't succumb to the dark side. You know, that's the truth. There's gems in that movie. The best answers of when the guy said the pastor of the church outside the White House didn't agree with Trump taking a photo with the Bible. The best answer was when the guy said the pastor of the church outside the White House didn't agree with Trump taking a photo with the Bible. Barr said, when was that? Before or after the fire was put out? Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I remember that. That was good. Shout out to Lucian. Good morning, sir. Joe Rogan's telling his podcast listeners to buy Bitcoin. Being reported here on cryptodaily.co.uk, one of the biggest podcasts in the world, Joe Rogan. And in the first few minutes of a recent episode, the man himself, in an advertisement for his sponsor, Cash App, told his listeners to invest in Bitcoin. Yeah, you know his sponsors, Jack Dorsey and them. Obviously, that's why he didn't go hard on Dorsey when he was on the show. Earlier this week, Joe discussed his sponsor and started to state the viable technical points about Bitcoin. One of the biggest podcasts in the world, Joe Rogan, in the first few minutes of this episode, he told his listeners to invest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a transformational digital currency that acts as a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network powered by its user with no central authority. I love it. I wish it was the way we exchange currency, and maybe it will be in the future. Get on board, Joe discussed. Grandin said, I totally agree. Everything going on is very frustrating. Yeah, it is. It's super frustrating, guys. Especially if you could see like how deep the scam goes. You know? It's like, it's like, how many lies are they going to throw at us? People ready to jump into the Cardano train. Nobody will stop it now. Shelly's live. There you go, Lucian. Yeah, we had a couple Cardano maniacs. And even Task Force was talking about Cardano as well. DeFi coins and then flipping ADA is great and long term. Yeah, I like Cardano. I think it does show promise. But I was explaining to Task Force, me personally, I'm like all about the bits and the ETHs right now. And if I do have like some disposable crypto, I'd probably throwing into a DeFi coin. Not because I don't like Cardano. It's just like I'm so focused on Bitcoin and ETH. If I do have like any spare change, I'd probably just throw it on a DeFi coin. Not probably, I am. I'm not even like I am. I am. So that's the bottom line. But I do like Cardano. I know a lot of people in here like Cardano, so I'm glad that they're in the top 10. Joe Rogan with the crypto, I'm not surprised. Ethereum all-time high, no. But 5-year anniversary. Ethereum had big issues with huge fees. Ethereum's booming, Lucian. Ethereum's up 7% today. And, I understand that if you're holding Cardano, Ethereum's market competition or vice versa. But yeah, like right now, Ether is making moves. Right now, Cardano, yeah, Shelly's live, but there's no functional dApps yet. But I like it. Do I actually believe in the DeFi coins though? Yeah, I think that's not all of them though. I think a lot of them are funny bunny, or not even funny bunny. A lot of them are just not going to survive. We've seen this also with the cryptos. There's a lot of things come out, and then how many ICOs were in Ether? Did that means that ICO that I don't believe in ICO? Some coins actually like Salt Lending had an ICO. They're a legitimate company. You can go to Salt, get tokens or whatnot. If I wouldn't be buying something if I didn't somewhat believe in it. But like I've said too, as far as the DeFi space and anything besides Bitcoin or Ether, in my opinion, is completely speculative. It's a completely speculative thing. So it's like, where do you want to, put your risk at? And then on top of that, even Bitcoin and Ether themselves are speculative. Not as much as the other coins, but. Lucian says, I also hold ETH. Yeah, there you go. I think that there is a good potential upside for Cardano and both ETH at this moment. Honestly, I think there's more potential for Cardano than Litecoin. Although Litecoin just took over the number 7 spot from them. My DCA this year has been 70% Bitcoin, 15% Litecoin, and 15% ETH so far, working great. There you go. See, everybody has a little different approach. Now, I was more of a believer in Litecoin before, but not anymore. Now, I'm much more ETH. But, I don't think that is an ignorant approach. Rafterman says, I do have faults, but I'm learning the importance of love and following God's will. Yeah, that I think we need to work on too. It's also seeing the evil, but it's also about working on love, instead of, because you're right. If I had more love in my heart, maybe I wouldn't be so angry, right? Like if I was working on the love, then that would prevent me from getting so angry in situations like that. Indeed, Rafterman, for those reasons, I try not to be so upset at all this. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, man. And I'm glad I'm able to share this with you guys, because I genuinely got angry and I caught myself the other day. And the other day I got into like a small argument with a family member over some stupid stuff. And this person was older than me, and they told me like, yo, you've been a little angry lately. And then I stopped and I was like, you know what? You're right. So I caught myself there, and I've been praying for that, guys. This stuff is really angry. I mean, it does for a lot of people, but we got to work through it. We got to work through it. When ETH2 will be live and fees will no longer be a problem, nothing will stop Ether. I think projects like Link, Kyber, and Ren add a lot of value to the Ether network. I agree. I agree with you, Lucian. That's why I've been stacking it, me personally. Kyber we have, and I've been checking out Ren. I don't have any Ren. And then obviously Link, we don't got to talk about Link. Link has been moving. Tolerance is a form of love. Wow. That's deep right there, champ. You hit the champ with a deep one there, Rafterman. Tolerance is a form of love. Wow. Yeah, I guess so, right? You can tolerate stuff from people you love. Certainly, you tolerate from children. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much. You got to tolerate all day with the kids. ETH is the best true crypto DApp. Says ETH is not a crypto DApp. Derek, ETH is a blockchain where dApps could be deployed. ETH is not the DApp. ETH is what supports the DApp. Standing on truth and righteous anger is okay, but knowing God is in control and telling the truth in love is important. Yeah, I'm having trouble with that too, because like part of me, like I guess my ego is like, this mask is not righteous, it's inhumane. What are you talking about? Like that's how I felt in the inside. So I guess I know that we're all being tested, and I know that more tests are coming down the line. And I'm like, how are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle these tests, man? I don't want to, and it makes me angry too. I'm like, oh man. But we'll work through it, guys. I think together as a box, and we got to continue praying. This is the time, guys. Like, you hear the champ, you're like, oh, what's going on with the champ? Guys, this is a worldwide pandemic or whatever you want to call it. This is a worldwide thing that's going on. And you could say it's this, it's that, what it is, what it's not. And we don't know all the answers. But there's something going on, and it's major, guys. Okay? And it's probably not what they're telling us. So, it's changing the globe, and this is major, major, major. And all you could do is ask for the Lord. And this is the time for prayer, guys. DApps are built on ETH. That's right. ETH is not the DApp. DApp is built on ETH. For me, respect is the number one currency if you want to interact with me, says Crypto Task Force. There you go. There's room for both Cardano and ETH, says KC. You're probably right. I don't think ETH is going to be the only smart contract platform. I for that reason, I really thought that EOS was going to gain market share, but how did that work for EOS? I don't know. I wouldn't count them out because Block 1 is paying the piper. Pray against the mask. I can't believe I haven't done it. Pray all their stupid plans get foiled like the Tower of Babel. It is a test, but if we were obedient, Baal and Balak wouldn't be able to. That's right. They wouldn't be able to curse us. You're right. Casey, shout out to you. Derek says, yes, I meant DApp Florm. Yeah, look, I'll tell you this. There is blockchains that are superior to EOS in speed and utilization capacity. Okay, I mean, look, EOS moves quickly, and Tron does too. You could do stuff on EOS and Tron right now. It's like, and then Cardano's heading that way as well. But Ether's got the first moving advantage. It's all good. I was saying because you were saying someone was harassing you that you could have just said bug off and walk away. Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't see that comment, Trappin. Remember, I'm looking at through something else, and then, Rafterman maybe would have taken. I think Rafterman it has a little higher threshold. I don't know how to put this. Rafterman's a little less tolerant of curse words than I am, so that's all good. Yeah, I could have said F off and walked away. I think the best thing I did was just ignore her. But then I went back to troll her. That's where I kind of went. I was like in the line after she told me that, I was like in the back of my mind, I was like, oh shit. I was so mad. And then, so I took the mask off as soon as I paid right there. I took the mask off and I walked over to her aisle and I was like, hey, miss, have a good day. And I waved at her and made sure she saw me without the mask. Everybody in the store saw me, but I walked out. No one said nothing and I just walked out. But yeah, I think that Rafter Man caught me on that one and told me that that was all Eagle. And that's true. It's like, I shouldn't even have told her anything. Do you think that U.S. citizens will use the stimulus money and put it into crypto as many say? Don't they have to pay bills? Some do, some don't. Some do, some don't. It's hard, bro. People are bugging now. I had a shouting match at a gas station because of the mask. I know, man. It's wild. Like, let's not get involved in that. Trapping. Let's not look, you see, you're having, I don't know what's end of the shouting match you were in, whether you're pro or against the mask. But the point is like, we shouldn't be arguing, guys. We shouldn't.